You know, I think I know the reason why Synthetic Man is at like a bit of like infighting with a lot of people. See, Synthetic Man calls anything with woke elements woke, right? And a lot of people don't like that. So like they're mad that he calls like Dead Space remake woke, but objectively it is, right? Or Baldur's Gate 3 woke, but objectively it is, right? I think the reason why is because people think that woke necessarily means bad when he actually talks about how, like, yeah, they're decent games, it's just they're woke, right? And that's really a thing I think that needs to be said. Notice how, though, Baldur's Gate 3, right? Also Warframe, and kind of Dead Space remake to an extent, right? They don't real look at this, right? Look at this. This is a kind of woke that's good, right? This gives you the happy chemicals, right? Watch this. Yeah, David Bowie, right? So we've got a David Bowie guy in Warframe, right? See, this is the thing, right? This gives me happy chemicals because, like, it's. I'm noticing a thing, right? This doesn't seem to have shame in what it is, right? You notice that there's a lot of queer elements, sure, but it's not shy about it, right? Then look at like Dragon Age Veilguard. It seems almost ashamed that it's gay, right? Like it has a trans character, but they can't really do what they want with it, right? It almost as if like the story like melds against itself because it doesn't even know what it wants to be. It's like ashamed of who it is, right? Of what it is. Whereas Baldur's Gate 3 or Warframe, right? They are loud and proud about what they are, right? They're like, I am gay. Warframe's like, I am gay as fuck. Our robots are sexy though. We got a robot with a massive dump truck ass, okay guys? You think Eve is thick? You have not even seen thick yet. Wisp out thicks Eve twice as much every day of the week. And it's right. Wisp is thicker than Eve from Stellar Blade. Um, but like that's the thing, right? And notice this also has like a '90s aesthetic, right? Like in the, I mean, it's a 1999 update should, but like even if it there's a '90s aesthetic. There's also like an early 2000s grunge aesthetic to the rest of the game, right? And the reason for that is it's unashamed of being a gay as fuck '90s and early 2000s gaming tribute, right? That's what Warframe ultimately is. It is a tribute to the 1990s and early 2000s, and it is not ashamed of it. That's why it gets to be woke, while a game like Dragon Age the Failguard doesn't. Why Concord doesn't. This game says, "Fuck you. We are gay as shit. You're going to buy it because you like it because we're awesome, right?" And it shows you why it's awesome, right? You don't have to guess why it's awesome. And that's ultimately the thing, right? So compare that, right? Or like Zenless Zone Zero is another one, right? Compare those, and then like I'm gonna like show you like Concord marketing, right? So this is Concord's marketing.
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means, well, you're free.
So where's the like? Okay, so
I'll tell you. Yeah, you better run. Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves.
so where's the gayness, right?
To be someone.
Right, like so this guy is like gay, right? What's gay about him, right? See, this is the thing. Like, I know a few gay guys who sound like that and kind of have like this kind of twink cowboy look, right? Of like the face and muscles and all that. But then, why is he not wearing a poncho, right? Why not complete it with a poncho and a hat and a cowboy hat, right? This is ultimately the thing, right? He's obviously like a gay fucking alien cowboy. Make him a gay fucking alien cowboy. Give him a bit of a Hispanic accent, right? Maybe like Antonio Banderas. Give him fucking like rainbow fucking like you know like Mexico they have like that really like rainbow colored like poncho kind of thing that they do. Give him one of those, right? Make him Mexican, gay and Mexican as fuck, right? Instantly more likable. But like you know, like make him like a lover boy too. Like he's like you know what? Like anyone who was born in the '90s knows what the fuck I'm talking about too, because we had a lot of those when I was a kid. Um, and that's ultimately the thing, right? This is lame. It's not that he's gay, it's that he's lame, right? Like I think that's the thing. It's not gay, it's gay and lame. It's not chick, it's chick, gay and lame, right? Like that's the formula, right? It's the lame that ultimately is the problem. Like they make him ugly, and they make him uninteresting too. Like Ellie is ugly, right? But she's not lame, right? She's a chick. She's a person of color, and she's gay, but she's not, and she's ugly even. But Ellie from Borderlands is not lame, right? Have you ever thought about that, right? Ellie is a chick, a racial minority, gay as fuck, but she's not lame. She's ugly though, but she's not lame. But the no is Ellie owns the fact that she's ugly. I think like I should like kind of like show like Borderlands 2 like the queer shit in Borderlands 2 as well. Actually no, she might not. She's white. Sorry, Ellie's white. I don't know. Like she has a tan. I forget. Like it's yeah, she's white. Sorry about that. My bad on that. But like she is like two of the three and ugly as well. But she's not lame, right? And that's the thing. Like with a lot of like Borderlands, right? The reason why those games still sell well is you know, even after the third game, like the villains have no personality in Borderlands 3, obviously, but the character, like the cast and like the heroes still do. Except for like that one fucking piece of shit, like there is a character that I don't like in Borderlands 3 that is introduced in Borderlands 3. And it's just like an annoying comedy relief character for the third game. I mean, technically, there's a few comedy relief characters that are kind of annoying, but like the other ones are the charming kind of annoying. Like you know how like Robin Williams and Fern Gully and stuff. Like there's a bit of a charming aspect to it, right? Or Olaf from Frozen, right? They're annoying, but in like a charming way, right? Well, the character that I'm talking about doesn't have that, right? It's just annoying. But other than that one character, everyone still has like a lot of charm and personality. And really, the character has a personality. It's just annoying as fuck, right? It's like the personality is people I want to punch right now. And I think it's like played by that one actress who gets like that's their role as well in every movie. Like, I think it's like Aquafina, and I think that's literally her role in every movie. The chick you want to punch the lights out. I don't know why the fuck is this like every fucking movie she plays this one character. Like she plays it very well, right? Like every time she plays a movie or video game or whatever, she plays this role, but she does play it well. Like I will say this, right? I don't like that she plays that role. I think she should expand her acting repertoire, obviously. Partially because I think it's like a little weird that someone just wants to play that. But she does play that role very well, right? Every single time she's on screen, I want to punch her lights out. I think that's on purpose, right? Like there's no way that like someone has like this in multiple times in dozens of different medias and movies and TV shows and all that. And it's not intentional. Like that's how she's supposed to be seen, right? So I'm supposed to want to wring this character's neck out every time I see this person play in the game or movie or whatever, right? So they do the role well, right? When you think about like this has to be intentional, they do that role well, right? I don't like that they do that role, but they do it well, you know? I think it's Aquafina, right? But they always do this insanely annoying role that it fucking aggravates me, you know? But yeah, like here you have this bullshit, right?
And in the wilds, it's anyone.
I think it was Aya or Ava or something in like Borderlands 3. Is it like they were like a fangasm girl of Maya too?
You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
I will say this: there are people who are kind of also like mega upset that they killed Maya, and a few that like were even more upset that they killed Lilith. Now I will say this: yeah, Lilith, I kind of get, but like they do kill off like one or two characters from like each like set every game, right? Like in the second game, they kill off, of course, Roland and Angel, right? Because she was in the first game as well. And importantly, they also kill off like the commander of the base from the first game, right? Like I don't really see any like so like what's the point of these guys being gay, right? Like a good way to say it, Overwatch like with Tracer, I was like when people were like but they made her gay, I was like wait, she wasn't already gay, right? Because she acts gay, right? She is extremely flamboyant and sexy. She owns that lesbianism, right? Like I feel like anyone who said they were like mad that they made Tracer a lesbian is full of shit. They knew she was a lesbian the entire time. But like Soldier 76, right? Like if anyone's gonna be the gay guy in that like game, right, that wasn't already like announced to be gay, it would be Reaper, right? Because Reaper's got like that really edgy emo kind of like thing, right? Really dark and brooding, but he's also really edgy and likes guns a lot. Like here's the thing: people are like, you're just stereotyping. I'm like, yeah, I am. Imagine that, right? I'm stereotyping character design because that's like the thing, right? Like that's ultimately the thing. If you're going to go like with this flamboyantly gay character kind of thing, make it flamboyant, right? Like like the ones that would make the most sense of like gay are like obviously Gabriel Reyes. Oh, that's another thing. His name's Gabriel Reyes. Like Gabriel is like the gayest fucking like Hispanic name you could have, right? It's like you're named after an angel, right? Um, and you're like an edge lord. You wear eyeliner. I mean, like that dude's gay, right? But then Soldier 76, it's like, the fuck is gay about this dude, right? Like that's ultimately the thing. If you're another one, of course, would be Roadhog and Junkrat, right? I feel like they didn't even. I don't think they ever said if they were gay or not. But I feel like if they did, nobody would be surprised. It's like Tracer. Nobody would be surprised, right? Like I feel like with like Reaper, you had to have like a real gaydar, right? And I like watched a lot of like 90s queer media and anime. But like Junkrat and Roadhog, like I didn't really pay much attention to Overwatch, right? So they might have, they might not have. But for me, I feel like Roadhog and Junkrat, if they announced that they were a gay couple, everyone would be like, yeah, they are, right? And like that's the same thing with Tracer. Let's face it, everyone was like, yeah, she is, right? There was like some controversy on like YouTube and Rumble for a bit, right? But let's face it, everyone was like, yeah, they are.
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
This crew will go anywhere.
Like I'm not real like so. There's a lot of gay characters in this, right? Where are they?
Take any job.
Right? They are. They've shown up, but like what I'm saying is, what's gay about this, right? I just see a bunch of ugly people, right? That's ultimately the thing, right? It's not that I see, gayness. It's that I don't see it, right? Like, what's gay about this game? Where's the gay, right? Like, I think that's another thing, like, why people are like, oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't, well, no, it is, but the thing about it is, the way they do it is kind of funny, right? They have, like, a dude literally cuck you for one of the straight romances, right? And have get cucked by a black guy, right? And then the other, like, and then the gay romances is, like, you can gay sex your, like, 14-year-old brother or whatever. And like the others, like, and there's a couple others, right? Or there's one other, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but like it's funny as fuck, so like I'm okay with it, right? But like this, it's like what's fun about this, right? Like there's nothing fun about this guy being like gay or like this whoever is gay in this, I don't know, right? But none of them are fun gay, right? They're just gay. Like there's trans characters, there's gay characters, but what's fun about it, right? Like Nimona is a trans allegory, but also Nimona is a good movie. But Nimona is a good movie because it's also fun. You know what I mean? Like watch Nimona, right? Like a good way to say it, right? So the way Nimona does it, right? When like you could argue like whenever someone like transforms her, it's like the misgendering thing, right? How does she react, right? Well, she's like, "What are you talking about, silly? I'm a shark," right? Like she doesn't it's playful and having fun with it, right? It's never you called me a girl. I'm a shark now. Like it's not like silly. I'm a shark. And that's kind of the thing, right? That's how most trans people actually act, by the way. If you misgender them, like, silly. It's silly Billy, right? Because that's ultimately the thing, right? Especially if it's like an accidental one. They'll just, like, most people will just kind of joke about it, right? because it's just silly Billy. Silly Billy, you know I'm a girl, right? Kind of thing, right? Um, and like the reason why it's like that is because it's more fun that way, If you get upset, it's not fun, right? And that's not fun for anyone. And that's ultimately the thing, right? Um, like most trans people don't care. Now people are like, but there's a high suicide rate. Well, first off, that's attempt, not success, right? 40, whatever percent is the attempt rate. It's like 2% for the success rate, which is still high. It's higher than anyone else, right? The success rate of anyone is less than like 2-3% anyway, right? It's like less than, I think it's like 1% of attempts succeed on anyone, or less than 1% of people like in any group will like take their own life, right? It's like 2% is still pretty high, but like that's the actual like how many like ever actually kill themselves, right? Attempt is different, and the reason why like attempt, like you could argue like maybe it's also inflated because like maybe it's cutting or something instead of actually attempting their life, but doctors don't see it that way or whatever, right? So it's really like it's 2% is what matters in that case, right? Now on the mental health issue, yeah, but. And it's also another thing, like a lot of people inflate statistics by saying, well, the attempt rate doesn't go down. But the attempt rate is like at all in their life. So if they attempted before they transitioned, right, it'll still count, right? Because, they transitioned after they did that. So that attempt still happened, right, in their life. So that's why, like, that's always like been like a stupid fucking argument against like people who are adults transitioning for their mental health, right? They're like you always see like Matt Walsh saying, well, that doesn't actually help them, right? Even though it does. And like the attempt rate, yeah, they already attempted, so it's still there, So like if you attempt to kill yourself, right? Like let's say you did it when you were like 18 years old. You transition at 25, right? We're talking about like a healthy trans person, not like someone who was like groomed as a kid. Because that's another thing, right? I don't believe trans kids exist. I'll be honest. Like not like in the way that they need to be treated, like with hormones or anything, at least, right? Maybe like someone like has like I want to whatever, right? Like maybe like they want to wear effeminate clothing or something, right? Femboys, I can understand. But genuine transness, like gender dysphoria, I don't think exists in kids, right? The main thing to note too, like gender dysphoria, right, is, I'll be honest, it's probably like a product of abuse too in some people. Like for me, it absolutely is. Like I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be a man because I got raped by one. So I'm like, get that fuck out. I'm not doing that anymore, right? You can argue that's what I am. Now that's not why I say that, but like I always like think, yeah, I kind of do just resent that fucking piece of shit. And just what. That's why like I don't like ever get drunk, right? Like I drink, I'll get like you give me a Smirnoff, I'll down that fucking shit, right? But I can take that, so I don't get drunk. I get a little like a wee bit tipsy at most, right? Also, it tastes good. To be fair, Smirnoffs taste fucking good. So like that's another thing. It's like a light but very tasty like fruity alcohol is a Smirnoff, right? Especially like the American one, the red, white, and berry. That's fucking delicious as fuck. I ate down 2 of those ones, by the way, without like getting tipsy, right? But yeah, I'll get like something like that, It's like a little booze, right? But I'll never get drunk, because I don't really. I was drunk at one point. I didn't like the feeling of it, right? It was enough for me to say not doing this again. And of course, the other thing is my stepfather, who raped me, was also a drunk, right? So yeah, fuck him. I'm not doing that, right? But yeah, like not the identifying as a woman thing is more like that's just I feel comfortable that way, right? I prefer sitting down. You know, I don't stand up if you know I'm referring to there. But that's kind of the thing, right? Like it's effeminate things. So I'm like, okay, you know, that's just how I feel. It's all right. But when it comes to like, I think that's another thing, right? I think healthy, like trans people also don't really view themselves as like, oh, I am like the opposite sex, right? Like I don't view that. Like, yeah, biologically I am a male. That ain't going nowhere, right? Um, the testosterone and all that can go places, but like my skeleton, right? My rib cage is always going to be wider, and my hips are always going to be thinner. Unless I like get really advanced surgery, and even then, like there's gonna be never gonna be a functional womb there, you know. But that's fine. Right? I'm fine with that. And maybe some people aren't, but those some people aren't me, you know. But yeah, Concord looks boring as shit, and Warframe looks good as fuck. And they're both woke. They're both gay as fuck. Oh wait, no, one's gay as fuck. It's Warframe. Concord is sanitized. It's afraid to be gay. Warframe says, I'm gay as shit, motherfucker. You will enjoy me because I suck dick in front of you. And you like that shit. Right? That's ultimately the thing. All the gay as fuck games people like are like Hades, Cult of the Lamb, Undertale, right? And then like Baldur's Gate 3, right? All of them aren't ashamed of it. None of them are ashamed. That's ultimately the thing. They are gooner games to a T as well, and they are unashamed. They're like, hey, look, we're gay as fuck, and you're going to play these one-handed, motherfucker. It's like Stellar Blade, right? Like Stellar Blade is, hot as fuck. Like it's not gay at all, right? But like it's hot as fuck, and you play it one-handed, and people like that, right? Now, not every game needs a hot character, right? That's another thing. It depends on like I don't think that one like Tim Burton looking game that I saw at the PlayStation Showcase. I think it was like a Midnight Summer or whatever, a Midnight Walk, something like that. Midnight Stone, something like that, right? It looked Tim Burton-esque, right? It was like a stop motion game. That looked amazing, but the characters weren't like pretty. Like they were kind of ugly, right? But it was like Tim Burton's like ugly, so it's like good. But like that's the thing. I ain't playing that one-handed, but it looks amazing, right? And that's ultimately the thing. That knows what it is. It's not gonna be Gooner bits. It's not really having any like, gay shit, right? Because like, yeah, why would you have gay shit in a game where there's nothing sexy, right? And that's ultimately the thing. All the games that have failed with a lot of gay shit in them, I've noticed a pattern. None of them are sexy. But the games that are good are sexy, right? But not all games have to be sexy. But all games that have gay shit in it have to be sexy. And I'm thinking maybe it's because it's sexy, right? Gay is sexy. So if you put gay and then you make it not sexy, it's not gay. It's just this weird like faggotry, right? That's lame, right? A good way to say it, right? I think to quote one of my favorite singers of all time, Freddie Mercury, right? You can do a lot with me, but you can't make me boring, right? Right? It's like you can do whatever you want with Freddie, but don't make him fucking boring, right? That's like what he said, right? Yeah, absolutely. Don't make him boring. That's it. Anyway, see ya.